Welcome to Video Guys Live. Tuesdays at 3 p.m. We tell you about what's going on in our industry. I know we've been focused a lot on live streaming and live production and PTZ cameras and stuff like that. Well, today we're getting back to the basics. And what's the basics? Avid with their promotions. They've got several promotions, a Crossgrade promotion, a Nexis Pro promotion, and a Nexis Edge promotion. We're going to get into that. Before we get into those promotions, I want to congratulate our winners. Last week, we said we would give a $50 gift card to 3 people who liked, commented, and shared our video. So here are our 3 winners: Sharpcut, Bird588, and Robert R. on Facebook. And we're going to make that same offer this week. So we're going to pick 3 people who watched the show and like, comment, or share this video. And next week, we'll announce you as the winners. Today's show, all about Avid, all about the Crossgrade, Nexis Pro, and Nexis Edge. I want to talk a little bit about Avid because we have been an Avid reseller and Avid partner for a very long time, folks. This mug right here, this is from 2005 when we went to the reseller Oktoberfest, and it's a very cool thing that we got. We're very excited about it. And I just think it's important to let people know how long we've been an Avid partner and a trusted Avid partner. And that's why we're excited to bring these promotions to you today. And I want to roll the show, but I want to say that if you're an existing Avid owner of Avid Perpetual, or you're thinking about becoming an Avid, or you're in an Avid, you're an Avid editor, want to collaborate with other people, you definitely want to watch this whole show. The special on the Nexis Edge thing is really, really cool, and showing how Avid's taking production to the next level, being on-prem and remote. But before we do that, let's roll the bump and let's start the show. Okay, and we're back here. Let's come to this shot. Oh, this shot. Here we go. Avid. Welcome. This is Gary from Video Guys. Welcome to the Avid Crossgrade, Nexis Pro, and Nexis Edge show. Today's show, we want to start the show. Show's going to be broken into 3 parts. The first part, we're going to talk about a really cool Crossgrade promotion that the folks at Avid are running that lets you basically take your perpetual license and convert it to a subscription. I'm going to go over the points why you really want to do that at this point. The second is a really cool promotion they have on for Nexis Pro, plus people who are ordering a Nexis Pro for the first time, of which Nexis Pro is the starter Nexis, so most people are first time, with a great deal. And then I want to go into a Nexis Edge promotion that's really cool that I think is worth listening to, especially if you're working in corporate video. So first, let's start with the meat of the show, and that is Media Composer and the Avid Crossgrade. Now, before we go into the different versions of Avid and Avid Media Composer and the Crossgrade and why it's such a good deal, I want to hit home again on why Media Composer, in a world that's changing, and I know there's a bunch of other things that you can use there, when it comes to working, and especially when you're collaborating and working with others, nothing comes close to Avid Media Composer. And the proof is in the slide you see here. Look at these awards: Emmys, Oscars, 9 of the 10 best pictures, 4 of the 5 best films, film editing nominees edited on Avid. What makes Avid so incredible, folks, isn't just that you are an Avid editor. It's Avid editing is really based on muscle memory. It's knowing and learning the keyboard shortcuts. So when you watch an Avid editor who knows what he's doing, it is just a thing of beauty and amazing how he's using JKL, he's using all the shortcuts and flying on the keyboard. There are other products that are good editors, but they just don't have that muscle memory piece. And the other thing that sets Avid apart from everything else is the fact that Avid is made to collaborate and work together with others. That's not just other software, but it's other people editing and working on your project with you. So if you're an Avid editor, you know why you love it. And now I want to talk about why Avid Perpetual users really need to switch to the ultimate subscription this Crossgrade offers. So let's talk about this Crossgrade promotion. You save 40%. It expires July 31st, 2023. Basically what you do is we take your perpetual license. We give you a special promo price on the Media Composer Ultimate subscription. This gives you all the features of the Media Composer you own right now. You also get PhraseFind and ScriptSync. You get the advanced color grading with Symphony. You get the ability to deliver anywhere, and this version fully supports a Nexis environment. This is a Crossgrade promotion that is a phenomenal deal, and it has multiple levels of pricing. Now, what do I mean by that is you can basically Crossgrade for 1 year at $299, 2 years at $549, or 3 years at $799. Now, remember what I said is the ultimate subscription would normally be $499. If you're on Media Composer Perpetual, you're paying $514 for a support agreement. You're going to get Symphony, PhraseFind ScriptSync. You're going to get ultimate subscriptions that work in the shared storage environment. Just a note, the reason you want to go to Ultimate here, especially if you're in a shared environment, is that the Media Composer Standard Subscription does not support Nexis. Okay, so the question is, do you own Media Composer? Own is that perpetual license. If you do, we still have several left, but they are coming to an end of the standard support plan renewals, but they're $514, and meanwhile, a brand new subscription without this amazing Crossgrade offer would be $499. But let's look at the math when we build in this Crossgrade promotion. Now, I want you guys to look at this. The top line is if you own Media Composer already, you're just going to pay for the next 3 years, $514 a year, and that gets you the latest version with the latest upgrades and support. The Crossgrade, a subscription, if you're a new user, would be $499.99 a year, about the same price. Here's the magic: if you do the Crossgrade for 1 year at $299, you actually have the ability to subscribe again at year 2 for $299. Then year 3 would be $499 or $1,097. Or for me, what's the best deal that I like is a 2-year Crossgrade, because for $549, just $35 more than the support would cost you, you're going to get 2 years. Then the 3rd year you get at $499, you're at $1,048, you're saving almost $500. And if you've got the cash, you can go $799 right now to get 3 years of Avid Media Composer Ultimate. That's the way to go. For, you save $743, and that's a great savings. Now, before I get into the new subscriptions and stuff, I want to really talk. I know a lot of people have a problem with the thought of not owning their software. The world's moving to a SaaS, a subscription model, and I don't want to say you have to get over it to be mean, but you need to get over it. This Ultimate product is a better product. You get Symphony, ScriptSync, PhraseFind. It gives you the ultimate level. You get upgrades constantly. You're always on the right version, and I just think that I'm going to say something now that I know the folks at Avid don't want to hear, but a lot of people say, well, what happens if I decide to stop editing for a while? Well, if you're on the perpetual and you decide to stop editing, you're stuck on the old version forever. If you're on the subscription and something happens, you're not going to edit for a year, just don't pay your subscription for a year. All your files stay with you. Then at the end of the year, or 6 months or 18 months, when you're ready to resubscribe, get a new subscription for $499, and you're off to the races. The software, all your projects still are there. It's just the license to activate the software. So I think they've got the subscription model done in a very fair way with a pricing program that is pretty darn fair, especially when you look at these Crossgrades. So if you own Media Composer Perpetual and you've been paying for the support contracts, the time is now, time is running out. Get that Avid Crossgrade, because come July 31st, they're not going to be around anymore. We'll try to buy some extra ones for inventory, but I doubt we'll make it through the summer. So please, please, please don't miss out on this opportunity for some big savings to have the very latest version and extra software. Get the Media Composer Ultimate Crossgrade ASAP. Just want to jump in, if you're new to Avid, well, new subscriptions are available. There's Avid Media Composer Standard and Ultimate. And I want to explain the difference quickly, and that is Standard gives you the standard version of the software, but it will not work in a Nexis shared environment. If you're in a Nexis shared environment, you need to have Ultimate. And with Ultimate at $499, you also get the Symphony color correction, PhraseFind, and ScriptSync. That's pretty powerful. Now, if you're going to renew your product, for whatever reason, Avid is stuck in a world where you have to renew on a renewal SKU, not the new SKU. So make sure when you select that, you select the renewal, and the renewal price is $239 and $499, the same price as the first year is. Now, if you're looking for multi-year subscriptions, we do have deals on that. I didn't want to go on this show, but give us a call or go to our website. We do have 2- and 3-year subscriptions up there. Next, I want to talk about Avid Nexis Storage. Avid Nexis Storage, there's a lot of shared storage out there. Avid was first in the game, but if you're an Avid editor, nothing is better than Nexis for you. I know they say it supports other NLEs, and it does, and I know other shared storages say they support Avid, and they kind of do. But for full Avid support with bin locking, with the security, with the ability to manage your files, Avid Nexis Storage is the way to go. And the Nexis Pro is the entry-level piece, the Pro Plus. The Pro Plus is a 40 terabyte engine, comes with support for 16,643. Nexis Pro can handle up to 24 simultaneous users. It's a really cool product. Well, guess what? Avid's running a program that says new Nexis customers can save 30%. Well, guess what? If you're looking at a Nexis Pro Plus, you are a new Avid shared storage customer. So we're going to cut through the chase and just say we're putting Nexis Pro Plus on sale for 30% off on the promo, $11,650. Because we're just going to assume that everyone who wants to buy one is a new one. If you're a Avid Nexis already and you want to buy an additional engine, I got a different offer for you. Call me. We'll get you going on that. But on this offer, $11,650, save 30% on Nexis Pro Plus. Give us a call. Order it from our website. It's there. It's ready to go. We have plenty of inventory for you. Avid also sells the higher-end F-Series storage. They have the Nexis F2, the F2X, the F5, the F5NL. More expensive, higher-end productions. These products work great, but I want to just say that if you're getting into one of those products, you probably want to find a local dealer, and we have a network of dealers nationwide. Call us for a referral. So if you want to say what's the difference between a Nexis Pro and one of these more expensive, Nexises, give us a call. We'll be happy to walk you through what the features are. Then you can decide whether you have the ability to integrate that into your network yourself, or maybe you need a local dealer who can come in and set up a whole network for you, make sure your workstations are running properly, make sure everyone's got the right amount of bandwidth for the kind of work they want to do, and set up the permissions and the sharing and everyone's file sizes. Well, that's why you're going to want a local Avid dealer. And we know great ones throughout the country who we will be happy to refer you to. Just give us a call and tell us what you're thinking about. And that's really what I wanted to make clear on that before I go into this next part, because the next part is really video guys saying there is a really great promotion going that I doubt you're going to buy it from us. You're going to buy it from a local dealer because you're going to want an extra level of support and configuration. I get that. But this is such a great promotion. I had to share it with you on the show. So this is the Avid Creative Edge Power Pack promotion. So I want to go into that. First, I want to talk about what Nexis Edge is. Nexis Edge is a very cool technology that Avid has that basically says I can have a Nexis on my premise, and through a Nexis Edge server, I can allow people who are remote to access my Nexis and do editing and collaborate as if they were in the room with everyone else. Now, the magic gets a little complicated. There's the on-prem editors, there's the Edge server, and then we're going to connect to remote contributors and remote editors. The way this works is that all right, I'm going to try to explain this without doing an in-depth Nexis Edge webinar, but basically what you do is you have your Nexis storage on-premise, you have the Edge server that then manages people who have to have a special version of Media Composer called Media Composer Enterprise, that I'm going to a little later, which then has all the royalties, rights, duties, setups that it could be logged into your Nexis remotely through the Edge server. So I've oversimplified that, but I want to get into it because this Edge Power Pack, it says save 25%. But when I did the math, it was saving a lot more than 25% upfront, down the road, and forever. So I really want to go into what this thing is. And it's just, if you have a post-team corporate video, I think this is so great for corporate videos. So let me give you an example of what I think this is a great product for. Let's say you are a company that has been doing videos and you've been outsourcing your videos, and you're basically doing 5 or 6 videos a year at 10 grand each. So you're spending $50,000 or $60,000 a year to produce these high quality videos. Well, I think now's the time that you can bring that editing in-house, set up one of these solutions we have here, and let's say the people who you want to work and edit with are spread out throughout the country. Well, they can all still work together and collaborate and turn these videos out and turn out more videos for you. And you can have people who are temp or full-time, and even allow people in who are for hire people, freelancers to come in to work on the project with you. But the key here is that you're controlling your money, you're controlling your spend, and you're giving yourself the flexibility to expand and get as large as you need to be and make as many videos as you need. So let's go into what the components on this Power Pack is, and that is you get basically 4 components. The first is you're getting an Avid Nexis server. Now, Edge works with any server, but this particular Power Pack includes the F2 100 terabyte Nexis. You also get the Edge software license, which, by the way, will require you to put on a server. It's going to cost you between $6 and $10 grand. And once again, your local dealer or our tech support team can help you with that. You're going to get 10 subscription licenses to the Media Composer Enterprise level, a $12.99 value. And then you're going to be getting elite support. And I'm going to go into what that is as well. So let's talk about this. First, I want to talk about the versions, and we can bring this up full screen. You might have a perpetual license. You might be looking at an ultimate subscription. If you're going to be using Edge, you have to have the enterprise subscription. And that's because that's where you're getting the licensing and the access to VM for remote collaboration, distributed processing worker, web client connector, centralized admin, asset creation security, Avid Standard Support, and proxy workflow. All these things that you see are included are really required to make this Edge functioning work, which is why all your remote users have to have the enterprise subscription version. So let's look at how this works. You're going to get what I told you. The way it works is the first year you pay a little bit more. The first year you pay $15,000 for your support and for your annual subscriptions, which includes your Media Composer, your 10 seats of Enterprise, your Nexis Edge, your Avid Nexis subscription, and your expert support, elite support. You also are going to pay $20,995, a one-time charge for the actual Nexis F2. And then each year after that, you're going to pay $15,000 for all the software and renewals. And then you also have the option to add additional licenses or web clients at a special price. So I went and did the math. So let's bring this up full page, because I've very rarely seen a program that the buy-sell is so clearly on the advantage of, not buy-sell, the lease or buy. So the first example is what this promo is, the Avid Nexis Edge Power Pack. So the first year, I'm going to pay $20,995 plus $15,000, $35,995. Then each subsequent year, I'm going to pay $15,000. So over 5 years, I'm going to pay $95,995. Under $100,000, 5 years, I have 100 terabyte shared storage and the ability to do remote editorial with up to 10 people. Now let's say I wanted to own these products. Well, I could buy the Avid Nexis F2 for $45.95 with elite support. I would have to have an elite support contract for each of the subsequent years. And those 10 licenses of MC Enterprise are going to cost me $12,999 each. So that's $137,000. So I'm saving over $40,000 with this bundle. And more than that is at an average of $20,000 a year for what you're getting for this, for a work group, is just incredible. Now, no matter which version you go, you're going to have to buy a server for your Nexis Edge. And I didn't put a price on that because you can get a server between $6,000 and $10,000. And really, how big a server you get is going to really depend on where you think you're going to go expansion. If 10 people is the most you're ever going to get to, you really 5 or 6, great. You can get one of the less expensive servers. If you think at some point you're going to be successful enough that you can have 10 or 15 remote people and another 10 or 15 people working locally, well, then we need to get you on a bigger server for that. So once again, if we can bring up that lower third, we have dealers throughout the country to walk you through exactly how this works, who can come in, spec it out, run your cabling, check out your switch, make sure everything's right and put it in for you. Give us a call. We'll be happy to put you in touch with the right local dealer to help you do that. So I wanted to go into the different support plans so you can see, this plan comes with Elite, and you can see Elite really is Elite. I mean, response times an hour, highest priority for escalation. You're going to be able to get advanced exchange hardware coverage. I mean, this is really what I'm going to call white glove concierge level Elite, and that's what's included in this product. And this Nexis Edge Special. Plus, oh, no. I think I'm missing a slide, or did I go by it? I'm trying to think here. No, I went into what's in the comparison of the different versions. Okay, cool. So I just want to wrap up on this Crossgrade Power Pack promotion by saying that I know it's a lot that I just fed you, but I really think if you are someone with a video department that maybe was working on some shared storage, or someone else that you weren't happy with or got a little bit older, or you want to start a corporate department, when you look at what the value, the features, what you're getting for this solution, Avid really did a great job with the Creative Edge Power Pack promotions, and I really recommend it highly. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into today's show. I think we did a really good job going over the 3 promotions that we hit, and that was, we hit the Crossgrade promotion, we hit the Nexis Pro, and we hit the Nexis Edge. But what I really want to talk about is what was the real key to this show, so let's get back to it, and that is time is running out for those of you with perpetual licenses to save a big amount of money by cross-grading these offers. Once again, instead of renewing your perpetual support for $514 a year, move up to the ultimate. It's normally $499 a year. You get the Symphony color correction, you get PhraseFind, you get ScriptSync. It works with Nexis Pro Storage. The Avid Media Composer Perpetual Crossgrade to Media Composer Ultimate, $299 for 1 year, or you can pre-buy 2 years for $549 or 3 years for $749. The choice is yours. I think it's a great deal, and if you miss out on now, got no one to blame but yourselves, folks. This is over at 7/31/23. Like I said, we'll probably have a few extra pieces at the end. We always do, but this is not going to make it through the summer, folks. It's a great deal, and the clock is ticking on it. So I thank you for watching today's show. I think we did some cool, fun stuff. It's great to talk about the Avid stuff. I'm trying to keep my shows under 20 minutes. I failed today. I went 21 minutes. This is Gary from Video Guys, Avid. Watch us on YouTube, like us, all that stuff that you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share. Remember, we're giving away a gift card. This is Gary from Video Guys. Peace.
Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.